Oi mates, what's up? Today I'm here to show you the truth. We have been watched for years. The government spies on us. How? With drones disguised as birds. That and many more are theories that many people actually believe. And we are gonna take a look at it. So get out your tinfoil hats and let's go. This theory was started in 2017 by Peter McIndoe, obviously in the United States.
What a surprise.
Importantly, it started as satire to show the absurdity of modern conspiracy theories. According to this theory, all birds have been killed and replaced with drones by the government. This deletion of all birds apparently took place from 1959 to 2001. To be fair, the US government does like spying on its population, so a theory like that was bound to happen sometime. Also, the Chinese once tested drones disguised as birds. But that info is really just there. So take that with a big grain of salt. Now let's rank that theory. As I said, there is a reason to believe that the government is actively spying on the population. But not by killing all birds. That's just stupid. So in terms of realism to silliness, this theory gets a 6 out of 10. It's silly, but not as stupid as the other theories in this video. 1 is very silly and 10 is about acceptable. So a 6 is not that bad. I seriously hope you know Finland, the pretty big state between Sweden and Russia. One of the few states that absolutely humiliated the USSR in war, and one of the happiest places in the entire world. But in reality, Finland is a fictional landmass created by Japan and Russia that is hiding a secret ocean that is used as a fishing colony by Russia to sell fish to Japan. Yeah, Sweden and Russia just act like there's a country between them. Russia is catching a lot of fish from there and sells that to Japan. They act like Finland is there, so the fishing process does not have to be monitored. Apparently, Finnish companies like Nokia are just there for communication between Russia and Japan. And all people claiming to be Finnish are just paid actors or brainwashed people living in Western Russia, Eastern Sweden or Northern Estonia. All things like satellite pictures and GPS are just lies set in place by the governments. This theory originates from Reddit. It was posted by a guy called Kalman as a joke. He was making fun about people that do not know their world map and wouldn't realize if one went missing. In terms of realism to silliness, this theory gets a 3 out of 10. So, I hope you're familiar with the Eastern Island and Stonehenge. If not, Stonehenge is this cool, famous and ancient circle of rocks in England that no one knows where it came from, what it's supposed to be, or who built it. Now, that already is a silly thought in itself, but think about it. I see why people say aliens built stuff like pyramids, even though I don't think that's true. I see why you could think that. But come on, Stonehenge, that's a circle of rocks. Why would an advanced interplanetary species come to a great planet in terms of climate and resources and then just build a circle of rocks and leave? Two out of 10. Anyway, The Eastern Island is one of the most isolated islands in the entire world, and technically belongs to Chile. It's the island you know for one thing and one thing only. Those things.
Hello there.
By the way, that's called a Moai statue. From about 400 to 700, the island was populated by Polynesians. The Polynesians built those Moai statues in their quarries. Then they would split it from the remaining stone and move it to their destination. And that's where the theories come in. First off, the classic. Aliens built and moved them. I'm giving this one a 3 out of 10. This
Hello there.
idea was popularized by Erich von Däniken's books. He's a Swiss author. The books are trying to explain unexplained and unknown things, like how the Moai statues got to their destination. He's explaining many things with aliens. For example, he explained that ancient gods like Zeus or Odin were just alien visitors, which then became worshipped as human gods. Fun theory. But fun story. The late tribes of the Easter Island had no explanation either. They told the Europeans that the chief, who I'm not pronouncing, used his mana, which is a person's spiritual energy, to move them. And that one is so cool, it gets a 6 out of 10 in terms of realism to silliness. Another fun theory is that the tribes must have had access to super advanced technology to move the statues. This theory is often linked to the legendary city of Atlantis. Because, yeah, this one gets a 4 out of 10. But archaeological finds revealed that the tribes most likely used ropes and a group of men on each side to pull the statue into a wobbling, moving motion, technically making it walk. Well, that's anticlimactic. Now, if you paid attention, you will ask yourself where the connection between Stonehenge and the Eastern Island is. Well, isn't it obvious? Look at the positions of those two places on the globe. There's only one possible explanation here. There must be a titan made of stone trapped in the center of the earth.
What?
And Stonehenge is just its toes. And the Moai statues are his head. This is by far one of the funniest theories I've ever heard. Where exactly this theory came from is unknown, but it gets a 7 out of 10 because it's cool. I'm sure you know the pyramids of Egypt. The ancient Egyptians built them as grace for their great pharaohs. They are ginormous and still stand today. However, we are not quite sure who built them. Some think it was slaves, some think it was magic, some think it was aliens. Archaeological finds let us believe that it was actually paid workers who built them. That is because signs of worker villages have been found near the pyramids. But, of course, that did not stop Erich von Däniken. In his book, he once again spread that aliens must have built them. Because how did humans move those blocks that weigh tons up the pyramids? People often ask that question and immediately throw out the fact that humans could not build stuff like that today, which is false, by the way. Because if it were true, tell me, how do humans build stuff like the Chinese Three Gorges Dam? That thing is literally so big, it slows down the rotation of the Earth. Anyway, we still aren't 100% sure how they were built today. We believe that Egyptians used ramps and raw strength to get those rocks up there. So, aliens building the pyramids gets a 5 out of 10. Another popular theory says that there is a big hall of knowledge about the ancient Egyptians and Atlanteans deep under the Sphinx, kinda like the Library of Alexandria. Most responsible for this theory is an American fortune teller called Edgar Cayce. He apparently saw the Hall of Knowledge being built 10,500 before Christ and saw the hall being found in 1998. Well, guess what was not found in 1998? 3 out of 10. This is the funniest and final one today. This theory is pretty much self-explanatory. Despite all scientific and logical proof, the Earth is not round, but flat. Well, this is actually not that far-fetched. See, this theory started as early as Mesopotamia. And on paper, it sounds somewhat logical. Do me a favor and look outside your window. The world doesn't seem that round when you see it that way. Yes, one could argue that if the Earth was in fact flat, you would see stuff like Mount Everest from everywhere. But come on, man. The people coming up with this were ancient. In the modern day, however, despite all proof like pictures or just pure math, people deny a round Earth. But the way they deny it is just... Come on, man. Really?
Flat proof number 1. The horizon always appears flat. Look at any horizon. Whether you're at the beach on a lake or flying in a plane, no matter how high you go, the horizon remains perfectly flat. If the Earth were a globe, you should see curvature, but you don't. Because it's not there.
Bye-bye!
Come on, man. Really? The end of the horizon you're seeing here is just the highest point you can see with your size and position. Arguments like that prove that most flat earthers just didn't do their research. Like, how do you think the dinosaurs died? Even the people during the Middle Ages mostly knew the Earth is round. So the fact that people still honestly believe it is just sad, really. Well, that's it for today, folks. If you have any more fun theories, please leave them in the comments for me. If we can manage to collect enough, I could make a part 2. Also, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing. It will really mean a lot to me. Otherwise, bye.